Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about two coins from the 1970s that most people barely look at. The 1976 Lincoln penny and the 1973 Washington quarter. At first glance, there's nothing special about them. They aren't silver, they aren't ancient, and millions were made. Why are collectors quietly pulling certain examples out of circulation? Let's start with the 1976 Lincoln penny. 1976 was America's bicentennial year. While quarters and half dollars received special designs, the Lincoln penny remained unchanged. Billions were struck in Philadelphia and Denver. Because they were so common, people didn't save them. They were spent immediately, dropped into change jars, run through counting machines. And over time, heavy circulation did what it always does. It reduced quality. Today, when you look at most 1976 pennies, you'll notice flat hair detail on Lincoln. The cheek and jawline often appear smooth from wear. The reverse wheat era sharpness is long gone, replaced by dull, worn surfaces. But here's what collectors know. The difference between ordinary and collectible often comes down to condition. Take a 1976 penny and tilt it under a bright light. You see strong, original mint luster. Does the coin still flash with that cartwheel shine? Most don't. And that's exactly why high-grade examples matter. Coins graded in higher mint state levels, especially with strong red color, become much harder to find decades later. Now let's talk about something even more interesting. Errors. Look closely at Liberty. Look at In God We Trust. Examine the date. The numbers appear slightly thicker than normal. Is there subtle doubling in the lettering? Double dies can be easy to miss. They don't always jump out. Sometimes it's just extra thickness or a faint separation line. Die cracks can appear as raised lines crossing the fields. Die chips show up as small raised blobs of metal. These small minting anomalies can turn an ordinary coin into a collectible variety. Now let's move to the 1973 Washington quarter. Unlike 1976 quarters, 1973 quarters had the standard Washington design. No bicentennial reverse, just the classic eagle. But here's the part most people forget. 1973 quarters were struck for circulation in very high numbers, and most were used heavily for decades. That means finding a sharp one today is not as easy as it sounds. Look at Washington's hair detail. Is it bold and defined? Or is it flattened? Check the eagle on the reverse. Are the feathers sharp? Are the wingtips crisp? Strong strike quality makes a huge difference. And then there are mint errors. Some 1973 quarters show doubled lettering, especially in God We Trust or the date. Others may have off-center strikes where part of the design is shifted. Broad strikes and die cracks also appear on certain examples. The average person. It might look like damage. A collector. It's a minting story frozen in metal. Now let's talk about grading. In circulated condition. Both of these coins are usually face value, but in higher mint state grades, especially with minimal contact marks, values can increase significantly. Why? Because survival rate matters more than mintage. Millions were made, but very few survived untouched. Think about how many 1976 pennies were scratched in pockets. How many 1973 quarters were used in vending machines? Every year, more high-quality examples disappear due to damage or cleaning. And that brings us to a major mistake. Cleaning. Many people believe cleaning a coin increases value because it looks shiny, but cleaning destroys originality. Under magnification, cleaned coins show fine hairline scratches. Collectors prefer natural surfaces, even if the coin has toned over time. Originality is everything. So what should you look for? Strong strike detail, sharp lettering edges, original mint luster, signs of doubling, die cracks, or unusual raised marks. Use magnification. Use strong lighting. Tilt the coin slowly and watch how the light moves across the surface. The smallest detail can separate a common coin from a collectible one. Most people think valuable coins must be very old or made of silver. But sometimes value comes from condition. Sometimes it comes from survival. And sometimes it comes from a small minting mistake that most people never noticed. Before you spend another 1976 Lincoln penny, before you drop that 1973 quarter into a vending machine, take a closer look, because the coins everyone ignores today might be the ones collectors wish they had saved tomorrow, and your next piece of change could be hiding more than you think.